first one. Lesson 76, we're going to compare fractions by changing them into decimals. First of all, let's make sure we can compare decimals. Obviously, 0.6 and 0.625 are easy to compare. Sometimes it's nice to make sure they both have the same number of digits. And because these are the same, we have to go to the next digit over. And 0 is smaller than 2, so 625 wins on that one. If I had 545 and 0.554, which one would be bigger? 545 thousandths or 554 thousandths? The 5s are the same. You go to the next one over and you pick this one because the 5 is bigger. Sometimes it's helpful to imagine it without the decimal point. Which one's bigger, 545 or 554? Just be careful whether you're using zeros or not. That can throw those off. And then how do we change a fraction into a decimal? Do you remember? 3/5 is what decimal? Well, remember we read this as 3 divided by 5, which sounds backwards, but that's because it is a fraction. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6, and that's how we're going to do that. And sometimes those are easier to compare than, say, 3/5 and 5/8. You look at that and you think, I'm not sure which one's bigger. We could get common denominators, which is a way we've learned. Or another great way is to turn them both into decimals. 5 divided by 8 is 0.625. So as we practice right up here, when you turn them into decimals, do you realize 5/8 is the bigger one? So a quick way to compare which fraction is the better or the bigger. In example 2, we're comparing 3/4 and 7/10. It's hard to make fourths and tenths common denominators unless you multiply them. You get 40ths. But what if we quick divide? We already probably maybe know that 3/4 is 75 hundredths or 0.75, 75%, you know, all that stuff. Just gonna try that 5 again. Compared to 7/10, or like I was saying before, sometimes it's helpful to make them both to 2 digits then. I see 75, I see 70 with or without the decimal, so I pick 3/4 or 7.75. Why don't you do all of these? I think you can do them fairly quickly.